Zach and Brandon.
Zach and Brandon.
Zach and Brandon.
And this is Completely Biased.
Completely biased.
Completely biased.
With Zach and Brandon.
And away we go.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Brandon, what's up?
Hey, it's been a second. How you doing?
We're doing it again.
Yeah, we promised to keep this back up. We promised to keep this rolling back in like November.
It's been over a year.
Yeah, and look where we are. Right.
How's that
back
egg bowl for you, man? How's that egg bowl in 2021?
It's been a long time.
It has. A lot of
Another
change.
egg
Wait.
bowl.
Time out.
Yeah,
We did this for the A.J. Brown trade,
AJ
right?
Brown, but that's
But
still
that
like
didn't have, that's a lost file of Completely Biased.
no, it's up there. It's on
It's
the
up
internet.
there?
It's in the internet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never
on the
mind.
tubes.
I thought one was a lost file.
Michael Jackson versus the Beatles is a lost file for the
Well, I mean,
the actual episode. Like
we don't
the
need that. We
channel.
know Michael Jackson is,
No, I
top
mean,
of the chart.
I think we settled the debate. Without Beatles, there would be no Michael Jackson. I think that's what we.
I don't remember us having that conversation. But
you know for a fact the Beatles are probably more
if
influential.
you're looking at the stats, which we'll get into, I guess they have two of the higher-ranked singers of all time,
Yeah.
according to some idiot magazine. But
if you want to get that off your head, go for it.
No. Well, just first off, this is Completely Biased. I'm Zach Crutchy
Yeah.
along with my colleague Brandon Kelly.
Yeah.
It's been a minute, but we're getting back in the swing of things, getting with the flow. It's the first time we're kind of just winging it. We don't really have an agenda. We're just whatever's on our head, we're gonna let it fly.
We winged it one time and we started talking about Lion King, whatever the fuck it was.
Lion King 1.5, which is still
Yeah.
one of my favorite childhood films of all time. I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorite films now because
I thought
I
you were
haven't
about to
seen.
say that.
I've maybe seen it once in like 10, 12 years. So
I'm surprised since
but-
now that you have like nieces and nephews that you haven't really watched
not
it more
yet.
often.
They're still in on the Grinch. They're in on Tyler the Creator's Grinch, which is
Oh, God.
hilarious. No, it's actually funny because they'll go to the Alexa and be like, "Alexa, play I'm the Grinch by Tyler the Creator," and Alexa won't hear them because they're kids, so it'll start playing
Yeah.
like Yonkers, and it's got to be like, "Hey, stop! We can't.
Yeah,
You guys can't listen to that yet. You guys got to chill."
you gotta relax a little bit more.
Exactly.
But-
But go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying.
That's all right. We're
a little
winging it,
rusty.
man.
We're a
It's
little
been a
rusty.
minute.
Yeah, we're a little rusty. We gained about fucking 13 subscribers since then.
Impressive. People
Doing-
trying to hate on us, not give us the respect we deserve, but
Yeah.
we're doing nothing and we're growing.
We're
Think about
growing.
that.
We're procrastinating.
We've done nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can safely say that we're like the most unfulfilled, promised podcast of all time.
We're on the path to getting that plaque from YouTube.
Yeah, we're
It may
about
take us 50 years, but we're there,
we're
baby.
about 99,900 and I can't do quick math, but we're about that far away.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
We're
but
getting there.
How have you been? What's been up, man?
I mean, I've been okay.
Yeah.
Life's just been life,
Yeah.
Going through some things, going through some great things. That's the most bland answer ever. But life is good.
All right, Vrabel.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to
Yeah.
play better, you got to coach better, you got to execute.
Yeah.
Since we last talked, my team has hit the can.
I was about to say, we've had the season happen since AJ Brown.
We got 1 week left.
How's that trade affected y'all? To have like a little bit of a turn.
Not
in-
great, Bob. Not
Explain.
great at all. What do you mean explain? Look at the roster.
Well,
We're
you
throwing
gotta-
to Nick Westbrook, Keena hyphen over here. We're throwing to Cody Hollister.
In detail, how does it overall? Because you started off pretty well, like 5-2 or some shit like that.
Yes, we did. But you're kind of alarmed in the beginning when they lost to the Giants. Granted, now looking the Giants are a playoff team. Not a bad loss.
No, not at all.
You also look at the stats. They're 0-7 against teams with winning records. That's
not good.
Not good at all. And you see the showings against Buffalo. You see the showings against Philly, the elite of the elite. This isn't a championship team.
No.
I think I made that on another podcast a while back during like week 3 or 4. It's like you can tell they just don't have the pieces. Part of having those pieces was A.J. Brown. You let him go for Traylon Burks is maybe great receiver one day.
Yeah.
Right now, he's not A.J. Brown. Where would this team be with A.J. Brown?
Probably the exact same spot, I feel like.
Maybe. But because he may be hurt. It may be a whole Titans have a strength and conditioning issue because it's the second year in a row we lead the league in injured players and guys are on IR. And, I mean, we were at that game against Dallas last week where everybody was out.
Yeah.
Everybody but Kevin Byard was out, and he was the only one really making plays. That and my guy, Dr. Gibby. Love you, Daniel Gibbons.
It showed, too. Like, he was the only one out there because he had 2 picks and, like, 9 tackles. And,
Right. And just the team's hurt. And it's one of those things where you look in A.J. Brown's in Philly. He hasn't gotten hurt yet this year. Roger Saffold, who was notoriously known for being like hurt every game here, he goes to Buffalo and he hasn't missed a start all year. So it's just one of those things where you've got to reevaluate everything. It seems like everybody's job is up for grabs except for Vrabel. The GM's gone, which don't disagree with the move, but the timing of it, ever since they fired him, they haven't won a game since.
Well,
That's just the facts.
How does it work? Is there an interim GM?
There was the director of player personnel, Ryan Cowden. It's he and Vrabel are making the decisions right now, which in the end means it's Vrabel making the decisions.
I trust Vrabel because I think he knows what's best for his team.
Well, and he said it point blank. It was against Kansas City where we didn't complete a pass to a single receiver. He made the claim, well, who you want us to throw it to? You're throwing to not a washed Robert Woods. That's not fair, but he's not a wide receiver one.
How old is Robert Woods?
I feel like he's been in the league since like 2012, 2013. So he's
30s?
got to be 9-10 year. I mean, Westbrook Akine is what you want as a third, number 3, number 4 receiver, not a number 2.
Yeah. Exactly.
Traylon Burks can't stay on the field. I mean, after that, Chris Conley hasn't done anything. We had that one Racey McMath deep ball against Dallas. But other than that, like, the offense didn't have the explosiveness that it needs. Henry, he's been fine, but the O-line's been garbage. The receivers haven't done their job.
Yeah.
Tight end looks promising. Chig looks like he could be special in the long run.
Is he a rookie?
He's a rookie.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's a monster.
Too early to tell on well, not too early to tell, but the QB decision is going to be really interesting, especially what happens this last week, all this aside, we win Sunday, we're in the playoffs.
Which I think is like a bonus because if you make the playoffs, it's still like a good step. But it also hurts your draft stock. So like,
I look at this situation on Saturday night as a win-win. If they win, they're in the playoffs again. I think they'd play the Ravens, which the Ravens are just as banged up as we are. It looks promising. End result, they're not going to win a Super Bowl. I can blood bank wherever my camera is. Blood bank guarantee they're not winning the Super Bowl this year.
No.
If you can get a playoff win, that's great. If you lose Saturday night, you get a top 10 pick. And
Which one would you rather prefer? That's a real question. Which one would you rather prefer?
I always want the team to win. Always want the team to win. What?
You could draft a top 10. Who's like in the top 10 that's like, I mean, Bryce Young's going to go first overall. Will Anderson's going to go second probably. CJ Stroud might fall maybe. You never know. CJ Stroud.
The quarterback thing is interesting because it's so up in the air. I mean, the money they owe Tannehill next year, when they could get rid of him, like, more than likely he's done.
Yeah.
And as much as you love Malik Willis, the person, you can tell right now he's not there yet. You gotta look at as Malik said, it's not about the stats. It's not about the stats, it's about the eyes. The eyes show you that he's not the guy.
No, and he plays scared, it feels like. I mean,
well, you're going from Liberty to the National Football League. Like, I'd be scared.
Yeah.
I get it. And listen, Dobbs is a journeyman. He's not the guy, but if you can keep him around as a backup, a guy that can win you a game, I mean, he's done nothing to prove you wrong otherwise, that he can come in and at least show something.
Run the offense.
Exactly. I mean, smart kid, Astro Dobbs, got that engineering degree. He knows, I mean, he's been in the league for 6 years. He hasn't played much, but he's been in the league 6 years. He knows like 3 or 4 different systems. He was in Pittsburgh twice, Cleveland, Detroit. The dude knows his stuff. That's probably what keeps him in the league that long.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll see. But QB, could they take a quarterback? I don't know. I think you got to save that for the offseason. Right now, it's when you're in and just worry about that.
The thing is like QBs is like Bryce Young and then CJ Stroud, and then it drops off to like
Will Levis, baby.
Yeah,
Anthony Richardson. You know what sounds great?
What?
Will Levis, quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts.
That's the most. I mean, dude,
I would love it.
They're top 3, right?
I don't know where they're at
Because they couldn't get C.J. Stroud or
find
Bryce
out.
Young. I mean, Houston Texans are going to get Bryce Young. We all know that. But I mean, it's a huge drop off. It's not like that one year where it was like the quarterback rounds of like, I mean, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and I mean, who was it? Patrick Mahomes, Josh. No, it was 2018.
You think Josh Rosen, my guy.
Josh Rosen, yeah. 2017 was Patrick Mahomes and
Trubisky and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Right now, Houston would have the number 1 pick, which is going to be a really interesting. It's a garbage game as far as Houston and Indianapolis on Sunday.
Yeah.
Indianapolis beats Houston. Houston locks in the first overall pick, but Indianapolis has played awful. They've shown nothing to prove that they could win.
Jeff Saturday as
their
coach.
Season fell apart in Minneapolis. Like, it died there, if it hadn't already died before that. But if Indy loses that game, then Chicago has the first pick. Chicago doesn't need a quarterback. They could be viable trade partners.
Anderson?
I think it's Will. Well, they need so much though.
They need a lot, dude. I wouldn't trade the pick.
I'd trade. You wouldn't trade the pick?
Well, nah, because you can trade it for like
multiple first-round picks.
That's true. But at the same time, it's like you have anybody on the board you want.
Right. Right now, the draft order, if it ended today, Houston, Chicago, Seattle has Denver's pick, which that was a disaster. So Seattle would be picking third if they wanted a quarterback.
Probably pick some dude from fucking Troy that we've never heard
the
of.
Seahawks are known for picking out who the hell is this guy.
Is that the fucking linebacker from a Division III school, Ivy League?
Arizona's got the 4th pick. They're probably not taking a QB. They just gave an extension to Kyler. But they might have a new coach, so who knows? Indy's got the 5th pick. You would assume it's a quarterback.
Yeah.
If they trade up, who knows? The Lions have the 6th pick because they had from the Stafford trade.
Shit.
So they could get a superstar guy and take that next step.
And they're looking good, dude.
I like the Lions. The
I like the
Lions might be.
Lions.
We might be able to talk about this maybe if we do this next week at NFL postseason. Who's our underdog? I like the Lions.
Are they in there still? I thought they got eliminated.
No, they are not a winning in, but they play Green Bay Sunday Night Football.
Oof.
If Seattle wins during the day Sunday, then they're out. If Seattle loses, then the winner of Green Bay Detroit is for the playoffs.
So we're hoping for Seattle, even though my boy DK's on there.
Now we're going for the Rams, babe. Jalen Ramsey, Baker Mayfield, your boy Cam Akers. We need him
God.
to let it out.
I mean,
No one cares about your fantasy team, but let it out.
I mean, Cam Akers. I mean, okay. So long story
Again, I'm gonna preface this. No one cares about your fantasy team, but let it out.
I went 3-9 to start the. I'm usually first place in the entire league. The first 3 years I've done fantasy,
Just let it out.
I always did fucking three consecutive years of finishing first overall in fantasy, right? And I go 3-9 this year. You know, it's typical. You know, you have a collapse in the GM. We had a couple of offensive coordinators leave for like other jobs and shit. It happens. And then next thing you know, I start winning games, and I go fucking 7-9. I could potentially, you know, get shit rolling here. I can finish 4-1 or some shit like that. Cam Akers drops a 97-yard touchdown, where the fuck it was, 80-yard touchdown. And next thing I'm sitting here fucking grasping for fucking air, hoping Josh Allen somehow chokes in the coming game. So, like, I want to finish with a huge win, man. Like, I was fucking pissed. I lost 7 straight weeks. And fucking, you know, I've never done that before.
Brandon, it's fantasy football.
I don't give a shit. I want to win.
Calm down.
I want to fucking win. And the other fucking
It's
league,
over.
No, in my other league.
It's over.
In my other league.
Is it not over?
My 6 of my 8 losses in the other league were fucking the top scoring team. All right? I was for second in points for, and I was first in points against. I don't give a fuck. I want to win.
This is content we're
I
trying
had
to
fucking
do.
money on
We're
there.
losing listeners.
Listen, no, I don't give a shit. We're getting subscribers without doing anything. Here's the thing.
How was your
Here's the
fantasy
thing.
team this year? Comment in the
Yeah,
comment below.
Yeah. That's why I spelled the Cash App. But no, listen to me. 6 of my 8 losses came from the top scoring team. All right? And I put up fucking 150. They put up 190. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Play better, coach better.
Fucking Isaiah Pacheco, whatever his fucking name is, would put up 87 points. And then I just
That never happened.
You know what I mean, though. It's just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
The Titans pick 11th in the draft. The season ended today, by the way. Just throwing that out there. So
I would rather you have. Okay, long story short, fantasy was kind of awful this year, but I digress.
Finished 4th. I'm proud of it.
I finished like 6 or something. So you
Clap
know,
it up.
after being last in the league, you know, with that 4-1 stretch was pretty good.
Right.
But I hope the Titans get the 7th pick. I think that's probably better for them overall.
They need a lot to happen for them to get the 7th pick, but you still want to win. You still want to make the playoffs. Considering as long as I've been going to the games, being there when they were 3-13 and 2-14, like playoffs means something.
Yeah.
Playoffs really mean something. And if you can go and it's a Ravens, I think it'd be either the Ravens or the Chargers. So obviously I want the Ravens.
Well, if you get to the playoffs, does that mean you get to like the 22nd pick, the 25th pick?
But no, I think now because there's more spots, you'd get to like 16, 17.
All right, fair point.
8-foot munch.
That's not. But
But it's a tough out because your boy Trevor Lawrence has been balling out.
Yeah, I know. I still think he might bust. I don't know.
How?
I think Zach Wilson is definitely the bust of the draft.
Well, 100%. But
Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I don't know. That was me still grasping straws and not wanting to admit that I was wrong. But he definitely proved me wrong these past couple of weeks for sure.
Right, and I mean he's going to be with Doug Peterson for how long now? Like barring injury, knock on whatever. Like he's going to be a problem for a while. And now you get to the division. Houston's going to get Bryce Young more than likely. Indy could move up to get Stroud.
Yeah.
We got Josh Dobbs, baby. Run it back.
I mean, next year, who's Jackson Dart.
Stop.
Spencer
Stop.
Sanders.
Stop. That is not the first person that comes to your mind about the draft.
Well,
Stop.
who's
Caleb Williams, the Heisman Trophy winner?
Caleb Williams is going to be sitting there.
Drake May?
I don't know.
But Jackson Dart? Oh.
Okay, well, speaking of which, we can go to my team now, I feel like.
Let me in closing.
Go, yeah.
This team has battled a lot of adversity this year.
Number one in injuries.
It would mean something to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
If it didn't happen, it would suck. We got plenty of excuses lined up. That said, we need to beat the Jaguars. We've always notoriously beaten the Jaguars.
Yeah.
It would mean something, not just to us, but to them, to go down there, kick their ass, win the division. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know if we're going to do it or not, but they gave me hope after Thursday. That's a scary thing, hope.
Yeah, it's the only thing is Josh Dobbs. That's the only question mark.
No, the problem's with Dennis Daly.
Dennis Daly, yeah, you told me.
If Dobbs stays upright with Henry, with Burks, with Simmons coming back, with Autry coming back, Fulton coming back, the odds look better. That said, the Jags are 6.5-point favorites going to FanDuel. But you never know.
Well,
Any given Sunday.
We go from the NFL now.
It's time for you to
to
let
CFB.
it out. Let it out, because it's been... So remember, last time we checked in, it was the...
April 24th. No, 28th.
We got that Egg Bowl.
What? Oh, yeah.
The November Egg Bowl.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Y'all won the Egg Bowl. Y'all went to the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, it was a great
Everything's
year.
great. Things are great.
Yeah, we went to the
Lane
Sugar Bowl.
train rolling along.
Yeah.
Where are we now?
Okay, so we ended on the Sugar Bowl, right? Which was a year ago.
What a trip that was.
2 days ago. We went to that.
Fantastic.
If we didn't tell you all that, we went to that. I was pissed. I almost got in a fight with an Ole Miss guy. Long story.
I had a great time.
Drank
some hurricanes, walked around Bourbon Street.
Watched a guy spill a bunch of water on the steps.
Oh, dude, we were up there with Jesus and Archie Manning in the Superdome, but Archie Manning's not dead. But regardless, I had a great time in New Orleans.
I had a great time.
And then the game started.
And then the game started, and I got really pissed. I made friends with the guy that we never learned his name, which is usually
generally.
what
I mean, everybody does that at the stadium. It's
Yeah.
a wonderful tradition that happens.
Yeah, he looked like a Dalton or some shit. But we ended there. 10-win season. First, real true 10-win season that we've ever had in Ole Miss history. We pick up Jackson Dart. We get Michael Trigg. We get Zach Evans. We get all these huge, free agency signings, like Millie Keith. Free agency. You know what I mean.
Nah, it's free agency. I'll pay for 'em.
Transfer portal. But we're like, all right. Starting off for the first time in the top 25 in, 7 years or something like that. We're going to have a good year. Then Troy happens. And then from the get-go, when we won 28-10 against Troy.
Y'all beat Troy. Troy was a good team. Troy finished 11-2.
You're in the SEC.
I'm going to bring positivity to this. You let it out, but I'm going to...
Okay, you can be the counterpoint.
Yeah. Troy, only lost one more game the rest of the year. They won the Cure Bowl. Beat UTSA. Troy's not a bad win.
In the grand scheme of things, when you were a top 18 team, I think, at the time, yeah, it's a tough win when you only win by 18 and you play the way you did. Defense
that might
played
be the
great.
best. They finished in the top 25.
We didn't either, but okay.
Troy did. They
it's
finished in the top 25.
Compared
that might be your best win.
I know.
Statistically.
Well, I'll get into it. But I was always saying from the get-go, I was never really fully sold on the team. I was always like, I don't know. I don't know if we're really a top 10 team. I don't know if we're competitive. We got to get to Kentucky and see if we can beat Kentucky. We beat Kentucky, but we probably shouldn't have beaten Kentucky. We had that false start.
But you won.
We won, but that still was a question mark that made you feel uneasy.
Undefeated. You know? Things are great.
Undefeated. I was still saying I don't really believe in this team. I don't really
gonna
think
win the
they're there
West.
Yet. Then we go 7-0. Still not really sure. We're at the Georgia game. We're for our friend's bachelor party. I hear we're losing to Vandy.
I had a stroke.
Start freaking out because I think our season's over. And then we get to LSU. I can't watch that game because we have our friend's wedding and it's like a reception.
That's a whole other topic for a whole other day.
But I'm sitting there the entire time. I accidentally checked the score. I see we're up 19-3 or something like that. And I was like, all right, fuck yeah, we're coasting, we're cruising, we're at LSU. It's a big win. Fine, I'm easy. The next thing you know, me and my dad sit down to watch it. And then I see the score because fucking YouTube TV.
Let it out!
Let it
out, baby! Let it out!
YouTube TV apparently tells you the fucking score of a recorded game when the whole point of fucking recording a game is to not know the score and watch it later.
I think recording a game now is so... I've tried it. I can't. Like I tried to record the Sugar Bowl with Alabama,
Yeah.
and it's like once I know the score, even if we win, it's like I'm good. I'll go to YouTube and watch the cut-ups. Like I the only thing I like recording the game for is for me. I love the first 10 minutes where they do the announcers describing the game and the teams come out of the tunnel and you go, Sunday night, whatever.
Yeah,
I love that. Game starts, just show me the highlights. I don't need all the crap. I don't need all the commercials I got to fast forward through, especially if I already know the score and I already know we won.
Yeah.
Or if I lost, burn the tape. Don't want to see it.
Yeah.
So
That's a
I'm
fair
all
point.
anti-DVR. No.
Well, the DVR thing, I mean, back in 2016 with LSU, I did watch it and we lost that game, and I ended up just looking at the score halfway through because I was getting really pissed off because it was a horrible game.
Right.
And I saw the final score and I was like, all right, that saved me 2 hours. This ultimately saved us 3.5 hours of just utter fucking pissed off. Me and my dad screaming at the TV because we didn't score a single point after I checked the score. And it was 45-20. That's when I knew we aren't the team that, in the top. We're overrated. We haven't had a single great win. Our best win is Kentucky, who's now 7-4. Troy, I guess. But we go to A&M. We win on A&M barely. We escape A&M. We
top 10 team.
Get fucking
preseason top 10 team. That's a big win.
On
the road.
We got fucking mollywopped by Arkansas, which still pisses me off.
Forgetting the game.
Fuck Arkansas. Who? Go Bama, which we went to. Yeah, we went to.
That was great. Loved it. Every minute of it.
We almost won. I think we poured our heart and soul into that.
Made their ass
game.
quit.
We poured our heart and soul into that, and I think we came within 10 yards of beating y'all. And I think that really ripped our heart out because we lost our chance at the SEC championship. We were out of the top 10. We finally had our second loss. Arkansas mollywops us. We lose to State, which we ultimately
Did
shouldn't
Bama
have.
break you, Brandon?
All right, we got a fucking Bama fan over here being spoiled.
I'm
Complaining
spoiled
about a fucking Sugar Bowl win, 11-2.
When did I ever complain about the Sugar Bowl?
You always know. No.
When have I ever
You
complained
always
about the
fucking
Sugar
say
Bowl?
it's 2019 when you lose to fucking LSU, your first fucking loss of the season, top 3 in the team, top 3 in the league, whatever the fuck, fucking whatever. You lose, all right? I know it was a gut-wrenching loss, but you saw it coming. It was Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase.
I saw it coming?
Yeah, you fucking knew it was coming.
No.
It was a team of destiny. Heisman front-runner, 2 top 2 receivers, going to go on to be the fucking NFL best in the whatever the fuck.
We did the exact same thing the next year.
You lost by a touchdown? 3 points?
Something like that.
Yeah, and you fucking were sitting in the Wendy's parking lot saying your season was over when it was a fucking one-loss team.
Was the season over?
You went to this a New Year's Six Bowl or some bullshit like that.
You got to realize, Alabama, there's a standard.
10 wins is a fucking failure?
A standard. It's not a failure.
Yeah. No, you treat it
not
like
a failure. Did I say that at all this year?
Mulga,
Did I say that at all this year?
Whatever her name is, fucking
Phyllis.
Mulga? Phyllis Mulga? Yeah. She'll be fucking screaming at
There is
Phyllis.
a standard. The goal every year is to win a national championship. If you don't meet that goal, it's a lost cause.
Fucking 18 already. Get off yourself. Let somebody
we have
else
built
win it.
a standard. It's a process.
Even with Georgia, they already got one. They're
gonna get another one too.
I know. I hope they do for Dawson's sake. But it would be nice to see somebody else win. You know what I mean? That's why I like the playoff expansion.
TCU.
That's why I like the playoff expansion. Gets 12 teams in. You never know when a fucking Tulane or a fucking whoever a 12 team is, like Baylor last year. You never know if they're going to beat Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. You never know that upset's going to win. It's always the same 4 teams with one maybe exception. TCU. But listen to me. That's one team out of 8 years, Zach. It's always Ohio
Cincinnati.
State, Oklahoma, 2 teams. All right?
Michigan last year.
Yeah, and they're back in it again.
Oregon.
Wow.
Where'd Oregon go?
Listen to me.
Florida State.
Listen to me. Alabama, Georgia, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Those 5 teams.
You ain't got to worry about Oklahoma.
There was 4 years of Alabama and Clemson. You realize that, right?
That was great.
There was 2 years of fucking Georgia, Alabama. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
6 out of the 8 years.
You want to know why I
same
enjoy
fucking
it?
teams.
Because every 6 years, who's in it?
Yeah, you 2 guys, I love you two to death, but you don't understand that you're blinded by your team always being in the fucking run, and Ole Miss is always like, Sugar Bowl, fuck yeah.
You're right. We don't know that.
You're blinded by it, so you always want 4 teams because your team's always in the fucking 4. It's bullshit.
I've never.
Yeah, no, you have.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because it ruins the regular season.
Fuck
What
off.
does the regular season mean? That Tennessee-Alabama game this year
Yeah.
What does it mean if it's okay if Bama loses because they'll get into the playoffs?
It's just like the NFL.
It's worse because Bama is going to get in every single year. There's never going to be
Tulane would have gotten in this year.
and Alabama would have gotten in this year.
Yeah.
Just
I don't give a
the
shit.
You get tired of seeing the Alabamas and the Ohio States and the Georgia. They could lose 3 games and still make it just off the brand alone.
Well, here's my point of it.
Bama should have been nowhere close to the playoff this year. I realize that. You know why they got so damn close? Because they're Alabama.
You know why? Here's my reason for it. It gives a shot for the upset. If Tulane somehow beats Bama, that's another team. It doesn't fucking matter that you're Bama. There's always a chance for an upset. Ole Miss almost pulled off an upset. We could have had a shot at beating y'all again. It's hard to beat a team twice, okay? You know that. Georgia last year.
I do.
All right? And it's just like the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
Games still matter in the NFL. There's 12 teams in the playoffs or something like that?
14.
14, it still matters. Those games are always still talked about. It doesn't fucking matter. There's that one championship team of UCF making a weird push. They're not going to get close to the top 4 because they're UCF. They're going to be like, oh, Bama's Bama. Oh, fucking Georgia's Georgia. It's that same fucking argument. That's why the same 5 fucking teams have been fucking intertwining, and then one team somehow sneaks in, and then, oh, shit, TCU, LSU makes it. Oregon makes it.
Does a game of the century, 1 versus 2 in October, mean as much?
Yeah. Yeah. You know why? Because it's 1 versus 2. Everybody's going to want to watch it.
I don't know, man.
It makes sense. And y'all don't like it because your team is always in the top 4. You don't have to fucking fight.
I don't have a problem with it.
You do. You just made a whole argument of
I don't have a problem with the whole it has to be top 4. I'm just saying 12 is too much. 8 would have been perfect.
8's fine, but then also would have been who's the 9th team? Who's
12, it's going to be the same teams every year, even more so.
Well, no, not necessarily, because Tulane wasn't in it last year. They were 2-11 or something like that. Or UCF would have been in it a couple of years ago.
I'm just saying
Ole Miss would have been in it
the
last
Alabamas, the Georgias, the Clemsons, the Ohio States, the Oklahoma, they're going to be in there every single year. I read you off the stat the moment they announced it. Alabama would have only missed it once since 2008. Since 2005, Ohio State wouldn't have missed it at all.
Here's my counterpoint to that. All right? Do you think Alabama should have been in the playoffs this year?
No.
2 days ago, you said you were wishing they were in there.
Well, then TCU proved me wrong.
But do you think
TCU proved me wrong, and Ohio State proved to be a competent team against Georgia, who I still think is the best team in college football.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to probably
Michigan,
win.
but
they still fought. But listen to me. After the Sugar Bowl, they looked like a fucking playoff team. They
Agreed.
looked like they got woken up. Right?
I will say, no disrespect, Kansas State.
Yeah?
And yes, they were woken up because people always assume that when you think of Alabama and the Sugar Bowl, they're going to get beat because of Zeke and because of Trevor Knight and because of Utah. You also got to remember when it's down seasons like this, 2010, Capital One Bowl, we beat the absolute crap out of Kirk Cousins and Michigan State.
Yeah?
It was the Citrus Bowl in 2019, first play, bombs away against Michigan, wear them down. Bama teams, when they have nothing to play for like that in a bowl game, are motivated to play. It's always whenever they lose a big game the week before. In 2008, it was against Florida in the SEC Championship. In 2013, it was a kick 6.
Yeah.
What do you have to play for after that?
True. Fair.
Because, again, we have a standard at Alabama where we want to win a national championship.
Yeah.
When you lose it like that, which that's how it always happens when Alabama loses, it's on the last play in the most heartbreaking fashion. And you know what? No one cares, and that's okay. Because we're the bad guys.
Yeah, well, you're starting to not become the bad guys. It's starting to become Georgia. But you can't really hate Georgia right now until they win another
No,
one.
I mean, until they get knocked off.
Yeah, it's just like Bama in 09. I remember everybody
Don't
loved
get me
it.
wrong. People are going to love – everybody loves the team the first – everybody loved Golden State the first year.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the Patriots the first year. America's team with 9/11 and everything. As soon as you win that second one,
yeah,
everybody hates you.
Yep.
Everybody hates you.
Yeah, because they're tired of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They love to see the come up and they love to see the fall.
Yep.
That's it.
No, it's 100% accurate. But it's I mean, it makes sense though. You know, everybody hates y'all because I mean, it should be a compliment that everybody hates y'all. Y'all win all the time. We're tired of you. It's just like Tom Brady. Tom Brady's probably proved himself wrong that he's a bad guy.
Right.
Because he kind of abandoned his family. But that's personal shit.
And
that
as
we
a
shouldn't really
fan, you
talk
become numb to it. When it gets down to those close second situations, you're like, well, we know how this ends because it's
Yeah.
Alabama. Like, that's just how it
Yeah.
is. Someone's going to beat you on the last play. They're going to storm the field. It's going to be headline news. That's it.
about. Which is a compliment.
Yeah.
If every win...
Again,
standard. I get it. If every loss is a huge program win for the other opposing team, it's a compliment. I wish Ole Miss was like that.
Right.
I wish, games were
Getting
like...
back to our point. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but we got a little bit of a tangent there, which we do want completely biased. But
A little bit.
at the end of the day, the 12 teams make sense because it always gives a shot for the upset. New York Giants going all the way to beat the undefeated Patriots. It happens. The fucking 1980 USA hockey team beating the Soviet Union. It happens. It's never just because you're Bama doesn't mean a team you've never played before, or just because you're Georgia, a team you've never played before. Tennessee with Clemson. If Clemson they play in the playoffs, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
There are two. Tennessee should have probably gone in because they all because of their fucking injury. They played crazy, and their two losses
Listen,
were to the top.
South Carolina. Yeah.
As soon as I said that, I realized what I was saying.
Now that's the reason. And Hooker got hurt while they were already down by 20 points.
But their season they had like all these top 25 10 wins. They beat Bama. Their only other loss was Georgia, who was number 1. They had a good resume besides the South Carolina game, which Hendon Hooker got hurt
But
during.
you can't lose that game.
You can't lose the
It's
game.
like when Ohio State in 2015, 16, whatever, they got knocked. They didn't make the playoff. You know why? Because they lost to Iowa. You can't lose those type of games.
No. There's counterpoints and everything to everything.
Right.
There's always counterpoints and arguments for everything. I digress. We've made our points. The tangent's over. Ole Miss ended on the Texas Bowl. We started out 7-0. We finished 8-4. We lost 5 straight to lose the season. We lost 4 straight, I think. Yeah, we lost 4 straight.
Yeah.
To finish the season. Texas Bowl was the most frustrating game I ever saw in my life. Lane Kiffin, I hope you learned your fucking lesson. Kick the point. I'm convinced we'd probably be at least 2-loss team in the past 3 years if Kiffin would just take the fucking points. And that's an argument I'll die by.
It's like it's Madden, baby.
Yeah.
Like a Madden.
You know, we would have won this probably. We would
Spamming that Y button on third down. Spamming that
Yep.
Y button.
We probably would have won the Egg Bowl this year. We probably would have won the Texas Bowl this year. We probably would have beaten fucking Auburn in 2020. We probably would have beaten. We could have had a shot at Florida because we gave them all the momentum on that first drive. We drove right down the field.
Just think if that first drive against Alabama this year, if you'd have kicked the field goal, we might still be in overtime.
Yeah. Or if Zach Evans never fumbled. That's the huge play that we're under season.
But you still don't forget that Kiffin went forward on 4th down again and didn't get it. But
yeah. But the Evans fumble ultimately cost us this year, I feel like. Because we were up by 10. We could have had a shot to – wait. I think we were up by 10. We could have had a shot to make it a 3-score game going into half. Evans fumbles. He gets hurt. It's down to Judkins. Wears him out. He gets tired. He comes out of the last play of the game. Evans could have came in on that last play of the game. Ran it in. Caught it, minute left, make Bryce Young drive, which he probably would have driven down the field and scored.
more than likely.
But the season's over. Kiffin, I hope to God you learn how to take the points. I hope, for the love of God, Dart comes into his own. He looked like he came into his own. He proved something against the Texas Bowl. He had 400 total yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw 3 picks, but one of his arms was swiped on one of the picks.
Right.
One of them was a 4th down fuck it throw. The other one, he got hit as he threw when he was just trying to make something happen on the last play of the game, on the last drive of the game for Ole Miss. And the defense was set up with horrible field position like 5 times, I think, in the first half. And when Texas Tech was given a short field drive, they put up 26 points. And then when we made Texas Tech drive the field, they only put up 9. So, if you don't put the defense in that situation, then
You more than likely win the game.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's my take on the Ole Miss season. It started off hot. I was never fully convinced we were a top 10 team. It's just
Realistically, best one on the schedule.
I'd say fucking I don't know, Kentucky.
Okay.
Because that was at the time was a top 10 matchup.
Music City Bowl champs, baby.
I know they fell off hard, but
Right.
that's our take. That's my take. Is there anything else on your mind now? What's else? What's else? Sports related.
What happened to the Preds, man? What happened to the Preds? We don't have to dive into the Preds, but the
Yeah.
Preds are just the player. Yeah,
Well,
the Preds.
Well, those are just the flair.
Bama football, what can you say? It was fun to watch this year. I will
Yeah.
say. I
How
loved
do you
all
feel
the
about
close
next year?
games. To be determined. If it's Jalen Milroe, it's going to be interesting. Because, say it every year, copy-paste, but the talent that's going to be gone. You got arguably the greatest quarterback in the university's history is going to be gone. Maybe one of the best defensive players. Like the top 2 picks realistically in the draft are gone.
And Jameer Gibbs.
Jameer Gibbs is gone. Brian Branch is going to be gone. Jordan Battle is going to be gone. Will Reichard declared. Now he's coming back.
There you go. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do it either, but he did it.
Yeah.
Eli Ricks is going to the draft. Like, it's going to be one of those you depleted, now you're going to have to restack. But it's going off timelines. 2019. No. 2018. Lost the national championship. 2019 had a 2-loss season, won the bowl game. The next year won the national championship. 2 years ago, lost the national championship. This year, 2-loss team wins their bowl game. Stars are aligning.
Ah, okay.
We'll see what happens with. We're not like you guys in the transfer portal, but we'll see what we can do. Will they upgrade the quarterback position? I don't know. Ty Simpson or Jalen Milroe, the answer. To be determined.
Yeah.
But I like that the receivers in the bowl game stepped up a little bit. Corey Brooks did his job. Others.
Fuck Jermaine Burton.
Yeah, the dude's a douche. But,
You see that fucking coward limited his post on Instagram?
no.
If you go on his comment section, I wanted to comment, like, go hit another girl. Just to be like,
Dang, dude, you gonna be that guy?
yeah, I'm going to be that guy. Fuck that guy. He should be off the team.
You're like me with Skip Bayless.
Yeah, no, fuck that guy. Fuck
Yeah.
Jermaine Burton. But he fucking comments have been limited on this post. It's like, you fucking bitch.
Smart man.
Yeah, smart man, but I don't know. I digress.
Right.
I need to get that off my head. Fuck that guy.
Right. So Alabama football, on track like usual. I need to see how Alabama basketball is doing because they're playing the Ole Miss Rebels tonight.
Ah.
And
Bama's actually pretty good, right?
Dude, I hope. I really hope. I've told you before, Bama basketball means different to me. It really means
No,
something different to me.
I've seen it come out of you. I didn't know you were so big into Bama basketball.
Oh, dude, we're natural gassing y'all's ass. 44-23 at half. Let's go.
That sounds about right.
No.
I can't tell you a single player on fucking...
Hey, we got Brandon Miller from Antioch. It cracked me up listening to the game on CBS. They're like, from Antioch, like they mispronounced Antioch, and it was cracking me up. Dude's a freshman. Dude's like 4 years younger than we are, but dude is a stud.
Oh, God.
That's the part that always makes me sad. And this can go to
Yeah.
like group therapy. A year from now, he's going to make millions and millions of dollars.
He probably... he's probably next year if he's doing well.
Oh, he's going to be a lottery pick.
Yeah.
Blood bank guarantee lottery pick. But still.
Isn't Bryce Young 21?
Probably.
He's already got probably a millionaire dollar house or something. Millionaire dollar.
He's already a millionaire in college because of NIL.
Yeah, and he's fucking doing Dr. Pepper. There's got to be some money behind that.
Big money.
Yeah, I don't even know what else he's doing. I've seen him everywhere, but I always forget. It's always Dr. Pepper's Fansville. That's always
Right.
they're my family now.
And he's the only guy that does that.
Yeah,
It's crazy. I like my guy, the Nebraska guy, the Dakotas Crawford.
the coldest to ever do it.
That was my
Crawford.
guy. That was
Yeah.
my guy. Him, Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Question.
Yeah.
Is Bryce Young the first ever Heisman player to go to the Heisman house and still be in college? Because it's usually like they don't show...
Probably because he could have
can't
done
make
it
money.
otherwise.
Yeah. Because it's usually like they show Baker or like Marcus or Devontae when they go to the NFL.
Barry Sanders.
You know what I mean?
No, I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah. It's like I've never seen like an underclassman come back and go to the fucking Heisman
Caleb
house.
Williams will be there next year.
Yeah, and he's about to get a huge NIL deal, probably.
Can't be Tulane.
Even though he fucking lost to Tulane.
What a game that was.
What a game! I wish I could have watched it.
Dude,
it was actually a really
I took
good
a
bowl
fat
game.
nap and woke up with like 7 minutes left, and Tulane had like an 80-yard touchdown. Then obviously they muffed the kick at the 1 yard. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
Happy for Tulane. I'm telling you, bigger turnaround than TCU.
Eh,
They were a
it's-
2-win team last year, and they won the Cotton Bowl at Tulane.
That's a fair assessment.
Forget what. Yes, TCU, what they've done is great, but they're a Power 5 school.
Yeah.
This is a non-Power 5 going to a New Year's 6 and beating one of the top 10 programs of all time.
That's a fair, yeah, and the Heisman winner too.
Exactly.
Man, it should be fun because Ole Miss plays them next year at Tulane.
Ooh,
at
no
Tulane.
trip?
We should. We should. I
Is
probably
that game in the Superdome?
potentially.
Tulane Stadium?
Tulane Stadium. It should be interesting. I'm probably getting a fight with the Tulane guy. He's probably the nicest
Oh,
guy.
I might not be able to go to that. That's Alabama, Texas.
Oh, yeah. We got a decision to make on that.
Big decision to make. Arch Manning, possibly.
Oh, I mean, I'd love to see that.
No.
Anyway, it's good to catch up with you.
Yeah.
It's good to finally get this back.
Oh, yeah, we're up and
shake
rolling.
off the little rust over here.
Might have a depression pod after Titans, Jags, let you know. And maybe a review. We're heading to Atlanta, possibly.
Oh, yeah.
Potentially. Home Outcast, Rosa Parks.
Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Usher.
Chipper Jones.
Usher, right?
Yeah, I think Usher.
Yeah, Will I Am.
Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones, yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
Javi Lopez. So, it's good to be
Marcus
back.
Mariota.
Marcus
Not
Mariota.
Cam Batson. He got arrested. But literally, it was like 5 charges.
What?
Yeah, Cam Batson.
What the fuck did Cam Batson do?
It was like aggravated assault, trying to run from the police. It was anyway.
What the fuck?
Anyway,
He does not look like that
He's
kind
not
of
on the
guy.
Falcons anymore.
He does not look like that kind of guy, man.
Nah, if you
Cameron
saw his Instagram, you probably saw it coming. But
His
I
name-
digress. We may go to Atlanta,
Yeah,
not see Tom Brady's last game, but
technically. Oh, well, it's a playoff.
Nah, it's a playoff.
Fuck.
yeah,
The bullshit Mike Evans.
maybe his last road game.
Huh? Potentially. He has no plans of retiring, apparently.
We'll see.
But
Anyway,
Big
have
things.
a Titans depression or victorious. We're going to win the Super Bowl review. Road trip review from Atlanta. Touchback
Yeah.
Atlanta. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, it's good to be back.
Great.
Thanks for checking in. Thanks for subscribing with us.
Thanks for holding on this long, baby. We know we ebb and flow, but we appreciate y'all.
Sponsored by the Cash App. Per
Cash
usual.
App. Actually, if anyone seriously, if anybody wants to sponsor us and give us money, we would greatly appreciate it.
Hogwood.
Yeah, Hogwood maybe. Blackbird Studios.
Yeah.
Anybody that wants to do Bellhop's Moving. Anybody that wants to sponsor us, just comment below. Even if you're BSing us, just give us a chance.
Just do something. Even if it's your fucking dad's garage, we'll take it.
Yeah,
man.
why not? As long as you
Yeah.
give us some form of income.
And fucking Madison, Wisconsin, we'll sponsor you, buddy.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we might have had even
Someone in
listeners.
Rhode Island, come on.
We might have fucking Taiwan. That's all we know.
Taiwan?
All of our shit's probably from Taiwan, and we don't know what they're talking about. But please, Cash App, sponsor us. Anyway, it's good to be back.
This is completely biased. We'll see you next time.
All right, see you, Zach.
See you, Brandon.